Hey guys, I'm Karina.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Eric.
And welcome back to the Late Podcast. The law according to Eric. Happy Valentine's Day to you all listening. We decided to release a Valentine's Day bonus episode as a special treat since we did not post an episode last Friday. I apologize for that. I was sick this time. But we're back now. So hopefully, this comes out tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and then we have another one coming out Friday.
That's right. Friday, by the way, is a special bonus episode. It's going to be about sibling rivalries in the law.
Yes.
And my own brother, Josh, is going to be a guest along with Jennifer and Karina. So you'll actually have two siblings discussing the sibling rivalries as posted on Reddit.
Yes. So stay tuned for that, guys. All right. So thank you all for hanging in there, like I said, and still listening through. And to all you 690, we love you. But staying on the theme today, we will be reading what issues people have regarding or happening on Valentine's Day. And this is a mix of what would Eric do and am I the asshole story.
So in the spirit of Valentine's, I have a Valentine's Day romantic dad joke.
Okay, what was it?
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
What do a push-up bra and a bag of potato chips have in common?
There's a lot of empty space in there.
And yes, as soon as you
Is
open
it really?
it is. As soon as you open them, you see they're half empty. Damn, I'm not going to win this week.
All right, Jennifer.
All right. My girlfriend told me she wanted a fairy tale relationship, so I left her in the forest with a loaf of bread.
Oh. What's orange and sounds like a carrot?
What?
A parrot.
All right.
It was funny.
Fair
It
enough.
was lighthearted. See,
I-
when I go too dark, then it's too dark. And when I
No.
go light.
I am just going to say it today. I concede that I didn't win the dad joke.
Yeah, it's okay. We all lose sometimes.
Not really, but just take the win. I'm giving it to you, okay? That's all.
I'm taking it.
You want me to do another one?
No, it's fine. Do you
Because I
want
will.
another
And
one?
I got a bunch of them. I got a whole. I actually scoured the internet for like dirty dad jokes for like Valentine's, but some of them were kind of really like raunchy. So I was like, all right, forget it.
Yeah, I was trying to stay on theme too, but I just couldn't find good ones. So I was like, whatever.
I know. All right.
All right, first one is what would Eric do? The title
Okay.
of it is So Tinder date stole my wallet when I went out for a pre-Valentine's Day dinner. I went out with this guy I met on Tinder for a pre-Valentine's Day dinner. I know for a fact that I had my wallet when I got into his car. On the way home, I stopped by Taco Bell, but I couldn't find my wallet. I started freaking out because I had sold my old car earlier that day, like right before the date, and I had about $700 in there. I searched everywhere, even called the place we were at and the Kroger that we met at to ask them if they have a wallet turned in. No luck. I asked him to search his car, and he said that he didn't see it. I asked a friend of mine who he'd mentioned he worked with about him, just to know if I should be suspicious. He said yes and that he wouldn't be surprised that he took it. So I called the cops and asked about my options. I was told that with no proof, it's just my word against his, so nothing would be done. Fair enough, I get it. An hour ago, my friend called me to tell me that his boss had called him in to discuss the guy's performance issues. My friend's a supervisor there. He told him that he didn't think that he was a good source, especially because he thought the guy had stolen a friend's wallet, therefore he was upset with him, biased, etc. His boss actually told him that he actually had heard the guy bragging about finding $732 that same day that we had our date. There's no way that that's a coincidence. But that being said, now that I know without a doubt he took my wallet, is there anything that I can do about it? I assume the money's gone now, but legally, what are my options here?
I don't know about legally, but maybe illegally.
All right, so what would Jennifer do?
Never get dirty. And what on earth are you doing going on a Tinder date with $700? Yeah.
I know. Well, she just sold her car. Remember that? Like, it was like she literally right before that sold her car and she got the money right before that.
Yeah, it's still. I mean, you're with someone you don't know at all. You got to keep a close eye on your stuff.
I mean, I don't think there's anything really she can do. I think, like, legally, no. Illegally, there's a couple choices, but,
There's so much to unpack with this first one. So first of all, why is the need there to describe this as a pre-Valentine's Day? Like, did she have Valentine's Day plans with the same guy?
Maybe
I
they
mean,
were busy on that.
But I'm just saying, like, what was the? I don't understand the point of that, other than just to maybe give us an idea of like the date and time, whatever.
Maybe.
Okay, that's number one. Number two, if you're going, and I got to be honest, when you say what would Eric do, but I have to full disclosure, I have like zero experience using like dating apps.
Right.
Honestly, I don't even know how that all works, but I understand that there's like swiping, like you choose like left or right, and then they like match you or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. So Tinder matched her with a thief. That's his life. Get over it. Jennifer's right in that even if you just sold your used car, which was only worth $700, so that tells me this was like a fucking hoopty, right, to begin with. Even if you had that on you, please. I mean, men know.
Yeah.
I hate to say this. Most men don't carry large amounts of cash in their wallet. Their front pocket, or they have a rubber band around it, or a little money clip, right? I mean, come on, ladies, be smart. You're not going to go out on some blind Tinder date of, what could likely be some kind of weird sexual pervert, something on, just looking to take advantage of you. Then all of a sudden he finds your wallet and rips it off, and then brags about finding $700. Oh my God, lady, make better choices. Seriously, I mean, who the fuck? Oh, sorry. The best part about it, after their date, the bitch got hungry and went to Taco Bell.
I was going to point that out. They still went to Taco Bell after that.
I mean, for fuck's sake. So what would Eric do? Honestly, what I would do is not these days. Right? Inflation's real. No, what would I do is I would probably put that guy on blast on every social media that I had, including Tinder. I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing you can leave like reviews or something.
No.
Or something, I don't know. Comments. I don't know. I understand it's not Yelp, but I mean, can you just do something? Like, can you like, hey, beware of this guy? Or
I've seen people that they've made accounts warning people of that man. So if they see him again, so I've seen that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean, I would do something like that, and then I would be like all over, sorry, I'm going to get really hip. I'm going to be all over the gram and the Snap
and TikTok and the talk.
The talk, right? And I would put this guy on blast.
Yeah.
And just shame the hell out of him. I would get $732 worth of guilt and shame out of that guy. So that's what Eric would do.
We'll find out where the person works.
Well, she knows where he works. He works with his friend.
Right. That was the whole point. And that's how she found out, like, he was,
Oh, there we go.
Right, all excited, right? Oh my gosh. This guy was bragging that he found $732 at work. And now it's a little coincidental that all of a sudden the supervisor doesn't find him trustworthy and quote unquote seems like the type of person that would steal a wallet.
Yeah.
I don't know if I misheard that.
No, that's what he said, yeah.
But I'm saying that doesn't sound real to me. That sounds like that was just sprinkled into, maybe like back up her thoughts or contentions. But honestly, if he was really bragging about finding an amount so identically close to what she had in her wallet, that's a problem.
On the same day too.
And I'd be like, hey, yo, where'd you find it? All right, how'd you get that? Wow, lucky guy. But otherwise, there's not much legally she can do.
Yeah.
I would just make this cost him a whole lot in social media currency. That's what I would do.
Yep. Yeah, you don't take $700 to a dinner date. You take a can of pepper spray.
Oh my God, here we go.
You don't understand it. It's girlhood. It's girlhood.
It's reality.
Exactly. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for sending flowers to my mom and sisters for Valentine's Day? I, 22 male, have 2 sisters and was raised by a single mom. I'm really close to my family, and every year for Valentine's Day, I get both my sisters and my mom gifts/flowers. I've never had a serious girlfriend before, so this is the first Valentine's Day with my girlfriend. We've been together for around 4 months. She was with me yesterday when my mom and sisters FaceTimed me together to say thank you for the flowers. After I got off the call, she said it was weird for a guy to send his sisters romantic gifts for Valentine's Day. She was also annoyed because she said their flowers were nicer than hers because they are from a florist and hers were from the grocery store. I didn't intentionally get my family nicer flowers, but if you get them delivered, which I have to since they live in a different state, it has to be from a florist. I also had cooked my girlfriend dinner and got her some other presents. We got into a fight because she said she didn't want to date a guy who was always going to prioritize his family over his girlfriend. And I, admittedly pretty mad at her by this point, told her that my family is more important to me than she ever will be. Was I the asshole here? I kind of feel like she might be breaking up with me soon.
You think? Well, go ahead. You guys go.
He just told her his family is more important than her. So, yeah. All right, I think this is done.
See, I was on his side at first because I was like, okay, he got his mom and his sisters flowers.
Yeah,
that's not the problem.
It sounds sweet. It sounds really sweet.
Yeah, the problem was when he said, no, they're always going to be more important than you are. That was the problem.
No. This is I've been here. I've been at this place, and you're never going to compare or live up to mom.
Yeah.
So just don't even try.
Yeah, I think I like I said at first I thought he was an asshole. At the end, I do think that was kind of an asshole move. But I mean, I think everyone sucks here. Honestly, that's my opinion. Everyone sucks.
Yeah, I agree. This isn't everyone sucks kind of thing.
That's what I thought. Eric.
Okay, well, let me start off by saying that not only is Reddit likely wrong, but so are both of you.
Reddit said he wasn't the asshole.
That's okay. Then Reddit finally got one right. No, I'll tell you why he's not. And this is, I understand this is not going to be popular necessarily, but bear with me. There is a difference between a girlfriend and a wife.
Yeah. No, yeah, of course.
If this is a girlfriend, if they're not engaged, right, then yeah, unfortunately, his family and parents will come first.
Yeah.
Now, will that always be the case? I don't know. Maybe that's just the way he is. I can tell you that when you're married, it's different.
Right.
Right. That's more of a core family unit, and your spouse is your life partner. Understand? Yeah. But if this is a girlfriend, maybe it's like a, kind of girlfriend, kind of booty call kind of thing. Who knows? Yeah. Right. And she's taking it to this level, like, oh my God, those flowers were nicer than the one, and dinner and being married. Okay. So first of all, this guy needs to like take off the dress and man up. And having said all that, but then he did. Okay. He put that bitch in her place. He put her in line. No, you're not more fucking important than my family, and you never will be. But that's because they're not married, and they themselves aren't family to each other. I'm sorry, I hate to say it like that.
He must not be that into her because when you're wooing someone, you get them nicer things. Yeah, and if he got her like some cheap ass grocery store flowers, he doesn't like her.
No. He made a point to explain that the flowers that were delivered to his parents, were online, and those come from a flower shop. No, it's not. Because I've sent flowers to somebody in a different city, right? That wasn't, like for my parents' anniversary, they were in Vegas when my mom was alive. I would send them flowers, and it would come from there was no option to like have the guy go to Ralph's and get a bouquet or whatever, Smith's or fucking Market. Yeah. So he's probably right, and chances are the ones that come from a florist are nicer, and they're in an arrangement because that's what they're meant for. These are presents. These are gifts that are delivered. The supermarket flowers are nice. Those are great for these spontaneous things. So I get for Valentine's Day that might look a little cheap and unplanned. Like I can see I'm not that important to you because all you did was basically buy me the fucking box of Whitman's and flowers from like the grocery store. I get feeling that way, right? I just think that her idea that the flowers were nicer. No, I think he gave a plausible explanation. Yeah, I think that she's a needy bitch and she deserves to be kicked to the curb. I
think he should leave her. I honestly,
I do think he's not the asshole.
These things are more important when you're younger, like, the whole Valentine's Day celebration thing.
That's true, too, to an extent. Yeah, I definitely think it's more important. As you get older, this it loses some of the novelty. Look, when I was younger and, I was trying to impress, I get it. You'd want to do nice things. Yeah. At this point today, there's really only like one thing I want for Valentine's Day.
Oh, my God.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, you agree with Reddit. We think everyone sucks.
And by the way, that's me giving the gift.
Oh, okay.
You understand? That's right. Okay.
We have Simone Biles' husband in here today.
I'm just saying.
You are the prize. You are the prize. That's what he said.
That's right. You damn right. Okay.
All right.
The day I say yes to a chick, she hit the lotto.
Did you hit the lotto, Jen?
Yeah, like one of those scratchers.
Here we go. Look, did the audience catch that unison laugh? That's girl power laughing right there.
It is girl power. It's girlhood.
All right, go ahead.
All right, next one. What would Eric do? My company is having a Valentine's event, but only including the female workers. Isn't that discrimination?
Yes. What? How the fuck do you do that? Well, is this what would Eric do? Okay, Eric wouldn't show up. Actually, if Eric was single, I might. Because then it'd be like 50 women there and just me. Allowed. No, I'm just saying. Then what? Then there is no Valentine's party. It's just something stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. So, as the title implies, my company has decided to do a ladies-only Valentine's Day celebration. They're calling it Valentines during work hours. Normally, I wouldn't even raise an eyebrow to such a thing. Women are underrepresented in my industry, and we've all been working extremely hard lately.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
A break would be nice.
Sorry.
The company as a whole can sit back and celebrate the inclusion of all genders in the workplace, right? Nope. The owner has purposely excluded all the male employees. We're just going to work and pick up the slack of the missing employees while they all go out to lunch and drink wine all day. Going so far as to tell us, deal with it, in writing and verbally, after several male employees mentioned to her that it's unfair and possibly discriminatory. How should I deal with this?
Yeah, that's messed up. That is messed up. I'm a woman, but that's messed up.
It is.
I would be angry if it were reversed.
Yeah, I just don't understand. Like,
I don't. Yeah, that's not right.
Does he have to stay and do his job while all the ladies?
Yeah, that's what I said. They have
did
to
I
deal
miss
with
that
it.
part?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. What would Eric do? Probably nothing. I don't know that it would bother me either way. Honestly, a women's only Valentine's party doesn't, or I should say, a company sponsored
Galentine.
right? Whatever it be, Valentine doesn't sound all that fun to me anyway.
No.
Right? And a few episodes back, like some bitch brought turkey salad and got some lady sick. I don't want to deal with any of that kind of nonsense. I would be, if you ask what Eric do, Eric would be more than happy to sit in his fucking cubicle or whatever and just grind out the rest of the day and then go home.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, Eric would not give a fuck.
Well, this guy, he cares.
Clearly.
He wants to be whining and dining with the Galentine.
I understand
he wants
that.
Heart-shaped turkey salad.
I think what he wants.
Macaroni salad.
I think he wants the afternoon off.
Yeah.
And that's all. I think that's what this is really about.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about this little party or this little mixer or whatever they're going to call it.
Yeah.
I just think it's like, why do I have to work when all the women, but what I got to be honest, what irked me a little bit about this whole post is like the use of like the buzzwords underrepresented. Give me a fucking break. First of all, what industry are you in that women, are you a professional boxer? I mean, what do you do that women are underrepresented in today's day and age?
Tech or something like that.
There are plenty of women in tech. There are plenty of women management.
Not
okay.
As
you know where there's not plenty of women, right? Professional poker players.
Mm-hmm.
That's where, amateur wrestlers, right? There's not a lot of women that do that, but for them, I mean, again, so I think it's a trend.
Yeah.
That society, or I should say the U.S. especially, in the wake of, and I'm not making fun of, in the wake of like Harvey Weinstein and Me Too and all that, I get that there's a greater awareness, and I appreciate that. I think, though, it's the wrong way to acknowledge that awareness by having a women's only Galentine or whatever the fuck they want to call it. Again, I think the motivation was probably good.
Yeah.
Like, hey, let's do something special for the women here that work and put in their time. Great. They should just call it Appreciation Day or something else and not, label it the way they did. Mm-hmm. So again, I understand where the guy's coming from, but again, if you're asking what would Eric do, nothing. This wouldn't bother me. I don't give a shit.
Did you catch that the boss is a girl though? They said they complained to her.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's messed up because if you do something that only includes like one gender, then all you're gonna do is make the other gender angry. Yeah, it doesn't do anything for women. I mean, women want financial equality and not to be harassed in the workplace. Exactly. They don't need like a little party for them.
Exactly. And if I just felt like if they weren't going to include everyone, they could have just kept that to themselves, or actually like met up after work and just like as just the women, they could have done that. So. All right, next one. Am I the asshole for not wanting my children to pass out Bible verse bracelets for Valentine's Day? My husband takes our children, ages 6 and 8, to church on Sunday mornings. I don't go. Although I was raised in the church, it wasn't a terrible experience. Somewhere along the way, I lost my faith. My husband became a believer after we were married, so this causes a bit of tension in our marriage. Anyway, on Sunday, the kids come home with a giant bag of rubber bracelets with the Bible verse John 3:16 stamped on it. It is attached to a little card that states the Bible verses and what it means and the website for their church. They said that their Sunday school teacher wants them to hand them out to their classmates as a small public school on Valentine's Day. My husband clarified that they were to hand them out only if they wanted. Oh, hell no. I told them that I wasn't sure it was appropriate, and I promptly put them away in a cupboard. I find it cringy, and frankly, I would be embarrassed for them, as well as for myself if I had to take that to school. My husband is a bit miffed at me, but dropped the issue for now. So come Valentine's Day, and I don't open that cupboard to let them take them to school. Would I be the asshole here?
Yeah, I wouldn't be okay with that at all. No. No.
And my thing is, it's public school. I thought they couldn't like bring any like religious things into it.
Yeah, you're not. I don't understand how that has to do with Valentine's Day
at all.
I mean, you want to be religious on your own. But what does it have to do with Valentine's Day?
And the fact that the church had this many, like, bracelets just for all the kids, gave them that bag full to all the kids. They need to start paying taxes, is what I feel like. They have way too much money on their hands. That's what I thought. I'm just saying.
Okay. There's a lot to actually address. So first, let me just say, the fact that a school is public and the idea of separation of church and state, that doesn't mean that you can't wear religious garb, right? In fact, because it's a public school and because you have freedom of expression and freedom of religion, of course you can. Jewish students can go to public school wearing yarmulkes and Catholic students go to school wearing crucifix. Okay. The issue is pressing it or pushing it on others. Right. Which I think that may be that may be crying foul. Yeah. So like if they want to wear these bracelets or, I think that they actually have a right to.
Yeah.
It's pushing it on others. Right. So the mitigation here is the idea of saying, well, only if they want it, but no, kids, I don't think are quite that savvy and nobody's going to say no to a free bracelet. Yeah. A lot of them, if they're young enough, they may not even understand what that's all about. I think, believe it or not, it's actually shady of the church to do that and make those, bracelets available and push their congregants and their kids to give them away to others. That's like a little beyond like spreading the word. But what I do want to talk about specifically is this John 3:16 because, and this is going to, I don't know, maybe it's going to embarrass myself, but it's going to let the world know that I am still a big avid pro wrestling fan. There was a career making promo by Stone Cold Steve Austin after he won King of the Ring, and I think it was 2004, where he beat a guy named Jake the Snake Roberts. And Jake the Snake Roberts, his whole gimmick was he had been like born again. And he truly was. He was a very, very well-known alcoholic and drug addict, had a terrible history, and he had gotten sober for this period. And so, of course, like pro wrestling does, they take these real-life tragedies and events and they make it into a storyline. So Steve Austin beat Jake Roberts in the finals and won the King of the Ring tournament, and everything was excited. And Steve Austin does this great promo, and he's running down Jake Roberts and the religion thing, and he says, you talk about your John 3:16. Says, well, I'll tell you what, Austin 3:16 says, I just whipped your ass.
Oh my God.
And let me tell you, don't laugh. That was the birth of this movement. And from there, T-shirts, Austin 3:16. It went crazy. And Steve Austin, stunning Steve Austin, who later became Stone Cold Steve Austin, became one of the most popular, wealthiest pro wrestlers. The merchandise money alone on all of the gear with the Austin 3:16 went crazy. So it's just funny that was like, right, because that just made me think of this whole other thing. Otherwise, and by the way, the idea that the husband's a believer now and she's not, and she used to be, she lost her faith, grow the fuck up. This is just about your kids. Okay. Kids shouldn't be told by their church or synagogue or temple or any place to take religious based items and give them away at their public school to their classmates. That's really not okay. And that as a parent, I wouldn't let my child do it, even if I was super religious. Because this is the whole point of religion. We each kind of practice and handle our religion. I think it's a very individual thing. Some people in life are more spiritual. I tend to think of myself like that. I tend to be more spiritual rather than follow every single rule of religion. I think that the general guidelines about living a good life and being kind to others and being charitable, those are the principles I live by without citing to a specific commandment or rule or text. So, but that again, that's my 2 cents. So
would she be the asshole if she hid those and didn't?
No, good for her. I'm saying I wouldn't. And by the way, if the kids are old enough, they're going to feel fucking embarrassed to be asked to do that by their dad. Jimmy. Yeah, I mean, if they're a little bit older,
would be embarrassed.
And if and by the time they're 10 or 11, they're going to be like those two religious nuts. That you remember the time like Jimmy and Jenny came to school with the fucking bracelets.
I know.
Right. So
that's the real danger here. Like these kids are
they're going to get stereotyped, right? They're going to get bullied, made fun of. So I know that just not
this
okay.
This just proves that churches have too much money.
Well, look, nonprofits should be tax exempt. I'm not completely against that.
Did you see they had a Super Bowl commercial?
Yes, I saw the Jesus commercial.
Do you know how much money a church has to have a Super Bowl commercial?
Do you know, before the scandal, did you know that the Catholic Church was the world's largest landlord and owned more property in the world than any other person or organization combined?
Oh, because they have so much money.
Scientology is a close second to that, by the way, as far as buildings and land now. They own a lot of shit. I don't consider them a real religion.
I don't either.
So if we have 700 listeners, if one of you's a Scientologist, you can stop. I'm not going to miss you and you're not going to miss me. So
No, they're not allowed to listen to stuff.
That's probably true. Yeah.
They can't even.
No, you're thinking also Mormons, like they're not allowed to drink like soda
or coffee.
Right. That's like say everything. So I remember once I went to Hawaii the first time we were kids on a vacation. They took us like Brigham Young, like whatever, and I remember like everybody was drinking like fucking Kool-Aid, and I just like all I wanted was like a Sprite or like a Diet Coke or whatever. Like I'm just like, the fuck is this? Like, why? Anyway.
Have you seen those Mormon TikToks where they're like ask them like they'll be like, oh, the Book of Mormon or something like that, or Black History Month, and they're like the Book of Mormon.
No, but it doesn't surprise me either. I don't know a lot about Mormonism. There was a show on HBO a long time ago called I can't remember. It was with Bill Paxton. He passed away. God, I can't remember it now. But it was all about polygamy and Mormon out of Utah and the sister wives thing and Big Love. It was called Big Love. Oh, sorry. And it was actually with Chloe Sevigny and Bill Paxton. It was a pretty good cast, but yeah. Anyway, long story short, so I don't fuck with Mormons. I don't really know anything about them. By the way, I got that term from our shows that we've been watching, Ghost and Power. That's basically a way of saying that you don't have business with somebody. Like, I don't fuck with them. I don't fuck with that person. That person, they don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with them. So I'm gonna start saying that now on the podcast so that our audience understands what I mean. So I don't fuck with those Mormons.
Well, that's a common term. I don't fuck with them.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, but not for me. I'm 52 years old almost. I don't know. Anyway, all right.
If the church really wants to get people, they should give out $20 bills instead of bracelets.
No one said they take them away.
I'm sorry. Just was the most Jewish thing you could have said. I swear to God.
Hey, I'm a practical girl.
I'm just saying. If the
if
audience,
the Catholic Church would give me $20 for every mass I send, that I would go back. They have the money.
I'm just saying, like Jennifer literally said she'd convert.
Well, maybe I'd take a little bit more than that.
A little sign-up fee or a sign-up reward. All right, next one. This is a what would Eric do? I punched a hole in the wall at work. What should I expect? That's the title.
I know, a bruise.
I'm currently working with a security company, just for backstory. So I've been having a really bad couple of weeks. I have been depressed quite some time, and recently my girlfriend of 4 years ended with me and was with another guy within a week. This has not helped my depression. A week. And nor has my job. I work alone at night, which has not been good for my thoughts. Thank God I'm not armed, or I may have pulled the trigger on myself already. I'm not an angry guy at all. Never have even been in a fight or done anything like this before.
Yeah, this guy's the fucking pinnacle of mental health. Jesus Christ. Oh, I didn't mean that. Sorry. Go ahead.
Tonight at work, I lost it. Valentine's Day is in a couple of days, and that threw me over the edge. I punched the wall at work and created a hole in the wall. I'm still here now and waiting for my shift to end, and I'm freaking out about the hole. Do you think that I'm going to get fired? Should I call my boss immediately in the morning, or should I schedule a meeting with HR? The worst part is the site I'm already at is already on shaky grounds with the company. I'm afraid this might lose our contract. I have been at this site the longest compared to all of the other guards, and I've never even gotten in trouble before. I was planning on moving in 3 months, but now that may have been thrown out the window. Please help. Edit. The wall is not completely not company property, but client's property. Also, it happened to be in the blind spot of the camera, so it didn't get recorded while I did this. What would you do?
That was going to be my first question. with their cameras.
But if he's the only one at night.
Well, yeah, that's true. Does he know a drywall guy? I don't know. Maybe put up some artwork.
Bought this piece for you to write back up. I don't know. What would you do?
I feel like girl power over there. You guys keep missing the bigger point. How distraught could this guy have been if he sat down at his fucking laptop and made a Reddit post right after this happened? The
first comment under this was a link to a suicide hotline.
Right. Well, I'm just saying, like, is there? I mean, okay, but I'm not. The irony is not lost on me here. Okay. What would Eric do? Honestly, if I would probably self-report.
Yeah.
I would explain that I just been through a very difficult thing, personal life or some kind of personal issue. If he was comfortable enough to tell him what went on, because 4 years is a significant time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it hurt him even more that she was already, spreading her legs like the whore that she is a week later. This poor bastard who probably may never get it up again. He's so upset and depressed over this. So, I mean, punching the wall might just be the start. Certainly, I don't want to see this person inflict harm upon himself or anybody else. I suppose we should be in a way grateful that he punched a wall and not a coworker. Well, he's by himself,
Yeah.
or did any self-harm. Sometimes, like, a punching bag is a great thing to have in your garage when you get upset and just kind of let your energy out and calm yourself down.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I would think if he's been at that company a long enough time, he's been on that site longer than anybody else, maybe he's got some goodwill or some goodwill currency built up with his employer, and he can say, look, I'm sorry, this just went on and it's been terrible. I'll cover the damage if it's necessary, especially if he needs the job.
Yeah.
Right? Now, having said all that and all jokes aside, I don't know if this person listens or doesn't listen. If you do, you can just get yourself a little bit of help. You just should probably talk to somebody. You obviously have a lot of anger. I understand feeling hurt. It's not easy ending a relationship after, 9 months or a year, let alone 4 years, especially if this is somebody you believed you were going to be with, forever, for long term. So I get that. Again, the fact that she's slobbing the knob for somebody else is just unfortunately ridiculous. It just, maybe you're lucky that you guys broke up. She could have been, whoring it out all through your marriage, as far as you know. You don't know. So, but that's what I would do. I would report myself. I would take the initiative. I would get out in front of it, as they say, right? I get ahead of it, go down to HR or my boss or my supervisor, say, look, this is what happened. I'm sorry. It's all about that bitch. And that's it.
So if this was me, you wouldn't fire me? If I just punched a hole right now in the wall?
Well, I mean,
I'd be hella impressed.
Okay, hold on.
You punched a hole in the wall.
But here's the difference. But here's the difference. If something like that happened and you punched the wall and it made a hole, I would probably just get it fixed. But there's a difference between doing that and then, say, destroying a client file.
Yeah.
Right? Because he said it wasn't their wall, it was the client's.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's a little different, and that might be a fireable offense, right?
And they're already on shaky grounds with that.
That's what I'm saying. But that's also why I think it'd be even more important. Because first of all, on a practical level, not that I think deviously, but the fact that he was in the camera's blind spot doesn't mean shit. Who else is there?
Yeah.
Nobody. He's by himself any fucking way.
Blame him. It doesn't matter.
Right? I mean, I hate to be a jerk, but it's like my son, he's 16 now, almost 17, but when he was little, okay, if he would find his way to a snack that he wasn't supposed to get, or a treat, right? And it was like the fucking, like, the baby snacks or whatever, right? He couldn't blame anybody else, even though he tried it. Matthew, did you eat that? No. Fuck yes, you did. None of us eat, like the fucking Cheerios dry, like only you do, or whatever, So that's what I mean. Like, what are you going to accomplish by pretending like it didn't happen? You're the only one there, and it's clearly, noticeable. So take the initiative, show your employer and the client that you're honest, that your emotions got away with you. You're only human, and you'll do you'll make it right. That's what I would do.
And get a therapist.
Yeah. He should get some help.
Yeah, and get medical attention for your hand. I mean, if he actually caused damage to the wall, like, his hand can't be okay.
And stay away from those ratchety bitches.
Yeah.
Number one. I need some advice. Yes.
Exactly. All right, next one is, am I the asshole? Am I the asshole for visiting my late husband's grave on Valentine's Day?
Yeah, unless she's remarried or something.
She is.
Oh.
I, 37 female, lost my husband in 2014. It was very unexpected. We were together since high school, and we had a daughter who's now 15. It took a long time to accept his death and move on, but I did, and I've been in a new relationship for 3 years now. My boyfriend, 38M, is amazing, and I love him. He gets along with my daughter super well, which is obviously important to me. The drama is, we've been recently arguing about the fact that I have a few photos of my late husband around the house. He said it makes him uncomfortable to constantly see the man I was married to. I have a table in the living room where I have a small memorial type thing. It has a bunch of photo frames of my late husband as well as candles. I came home from work 2 weeks ago and saw that my boyfriend took all of the photos off the table and stashed them in a drawer. It caused a massive argument. He told me he did it because it made him feel like a guest in his own home. I told him it's fucked up to be insecure over a man who isn't even alive, but he believes his feelings are completely valid. My late husband's birthday is the 14th of February, and every year I go visit the grave with my daughter. But this year, my boyfriend got irritated over it. He told me he wanted to spend the entire day with me, but instead I wanted to go look at a gravestone. Apparently, I ruined his Valentine's Day plan. I was furious. I asked him why suddenly he has an issue with my late husband, and he said it's because he was planning on proposing to me, but he can't anymore because he believes I'm still caught up on my husband. I ended up calling him a cunt, and he angrily left the house and hasn't been back since. Am I the asshole here?
Yeah, I think she's still very much dealing with her grief and hasn't moved on yet. I gotta be honest. Like if somebody the person I was with had a shrine to their late, beloved, that would be a little weird. It would. I mean, it's totally understandable because it was her husband for a long time, and
Yeah.
but yeah, it would be a little strange being the other person.
I think he's the asshole, honestly. I don't think she's the asshole. She lost the love of her life. Like, come on now. She just said they were like high school sweethearts. They have a daughter. He's being an asshole.
Yeah, no, I can understand that. But honestly, if it were you and you're in a relationship with this person and they have a shrine to their late, and they spend all Valentine's Day at the grave, like how would that make you feel?
Maybe not all day. She doesn't go all day. She just goes with her daughter. He's just saying that he wanted the entire day.
That wasn't the question, though.
How would I feel?
If you come home and when you walk in, you see your boyfriend's dead wife plastered on the wall with candles and all that shit. And it's
Do you want to hear my unpopular opinion? I would rather date a man whose ex is dead because that means you can't go back to them.
You can. There's.
Okay, well that's valid.
Exactly. I would rather date someone with everyone's ex is dead.
You're so fucking savage. There's actually a really, really poignant song lyric by the Black Crowes, and it's the one lyric says, "Playing second fiddle to a dead man." But when you think about that, that's exactly what's happening here.
Yeah.
Okay. He is. It may not be true, but his perception is the reality.
Yeah.
Because you can't invalidate how he feels and say, well, you're just overreacting because his feelings are his feelings and they're valid. So he feels like he is playing second fiddle to a dead man. Now, the deceased husband's birthday being on Valentine's Day, that's going to always be an issue, whether they end up getting past this argument, getting married later, that day will never change. Always, right.
Yeah.
Okay. So he might have to be a bit more understanding. This idea, by the way, that I was going to propose, but now I'm not, fuck you. I think he just threw that in to
make her feel bad.
Honestly, I do.
Yeah.
That just sounds a little too convenient. Yeah. And if that were really the case and you really love this person, you want to spend the rest of your life with them, I wouldn't have said it to her like that. And I wouldn't have made her feel guilty like that.
Yeah.
I would have just changed the day and did it the week after. Right. I understand you want to propose Valentine's Day, but that just and if they're in their late 30s, early 40s, then also, buddy, grow the fuck up.
Yeah.
Okay. A proposal is going to be loved by her, whether you do it on Valentine's. In fact, you're probably better off not doing it on her fucking dead husband's birthday.
No, literally.
Anyway, for real. So I definitely think he's the asshole in this case, but it's close. The shrine, the not letting go. And if she were to get grief counseling, I don't know if she has already or not. She didn't mention, right? Yeah. So we don't know. But if she hasn't, I would, because I think Jennifer's right that she's still dealing with a lot of this grief. She hasn't really moved on. The idea of a shrine is all the evidence you need. There's a difference between, going to a grave site and I know a lot of people, look, I'm the same. When my mom passed, every time I'm in Vegas, I go visit her grave.
Right. Yeah.
Spend a few minutes, chat with her, tell her what's going on, whatever. We all handle that kind of stuff differently. But, and I know a mother is not the same as a spouse, but the point is, I didn't decorate a part of my house or my office in dedication to my dead mother. Not that I love her any less or anything like that. It's just awkward and odd. And it's even worse. Okay. And then the other thing too, and I hate to say this, but if the shrine is in the bedroom,
I don't think it's in the bedroom.
And the fucking dead husband's picture is staring as, he's hitting it with this. I'm just saying.
No, it's in the living room. It says I have a table in the living room.
So that means they can never screw on the couch, right? Because the husband's picture is going to be there. I'm just saying it's a Valentine's episode, right? This is going to be about physical intimacy. But that's got to be an issue. I mean, if it were me, that would be on my mind too. Fuck, I can't, no.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this has lots of weird all around, right? And again, I think that I just want to reiterate, I don't know that he was really planning on proposing on that day or not. But if he was, he didn't need to throw it at her like that and try to basically, that's something you really can't walk back from. I was about to propose to you and ask you to marry me, but because your dead husband's picture, or because you're going to your dead husband's grave site on his birthday, which happens to coincide with this made up American holiday that it doesn't mean shit. Look, if the holiday were that important, banks and courts would be closed.
Yeah.
Okay. It's not. It's just something we made up for retail I'm just saying, and as you get older, you recognize that, the spirit of it is really much more important than whatever, like presents and gifts. Yeah. Anyway, having said all that, I think they're both kind of fucked up, but he might be a little bit more than she is.
What do you think that is?
She's not an asshole. She's in grief. But and he wasn't. I totally understand his feelings, but he shouldn't have said what he said to her.
I think it's corny to propose on holidays anyways, so.
You would.
I do. You don't think so? I hate proposals on like Christmas, New Year's, birthdays, and like Valentine's Day. I think it's super corny. I think it's super unoriginal, and I just don't like that.
Actually, I'm the opposite, especially like Christmas and Hanukkah, to be like, look, I'm about to give you the best gift you ever got. I'm going to take you as my wife.
You put a bow on yourself.
That's right. If I could, I would.
Grab himself.
Hey, listen, I don't laugh, but I mean, this was meant like a little bit of a joke, but not really. But I told Jennifer before, and I mean it. Like, if God forbid she and I ever broke up, I honestly would feel bad for her losing me.
Ton. What do you have to say to that?
I'm speechless.
Because I'm a fucking catch.
Well, okay.
All right. Let's. Because this is a bonus episode, this is gonna be a little bit shorter, and then we'll have our big sibling one for Friday. But go ahead.
Broken engagement. My ex-fiance returned the ring, but it's now worth less than I paid for it. That's the title.
The diamond economy going down.
My ex-fiance and I got engaged on Valentine's Day last year. I was so blinded by my feelings of her that I had not noticed how much she nagged at me, but I soon realized what a mistake I had made. We were engaged for a couple of months before it got to be too much. I ended up getting my stuff from her apartment while she was at work and just leaving her behind. Once it became apparent that I was ignoring her calls and texts and not coming back, she returned the ring via registered mail. I was no longer able to return it for a full refund where I bought it, so I tried to sell it. But no matter where I tried to sell it, the prices that I get offered are much lower than what I paid for. I have read online that the resale value of diamond rings is never as high as the original price paid. As far as I know, by law, the ring always has to be returned to the man regardless of who ended the relationship. She did return the ring, however, it's in a depreciated state. If I sue her, can I recover the difference so I will get back the full amount of money I paid for that ring? Because although she did return the ring, it's no longer at full value, so technically, the way I see it, she still owes me some money, right?
Oh, wow. This guy is going to be single forever.
Yeah.
Well, before you got to the last part, I was going to say, well, just keep the ring and save it for the next bitch. But I don't think there's going to be a next one.
Yeah.
I have a couple of thoughts. The first one is sort of an open question in that how long did it take her to realize that he wasn't coming back after he moved all of his shit out of her apartment? You'd think that'd be a pretty instant,
click, hey.
Right. Okay, that's number one. Number two, whatever this guy, whoever is, okay, he's wrong. There is no fucking law that says no matter what, the ring goes back to the man. I don't know where he thought of that or where he found it.
He's lucky he even got the ring back.
Well, okay. I will say this. There is actual case law in California. I don't know about where they live, and I don't want this to be construed as giving legal advice, especially if they're not in California. But I can tell you in California, if the woman ends the relationship, the man has the right to reclaim the ring because it's a contractual obligation, right? If the man ends the relationship, the woman has the right to keep the ring because he breached that contract. Okay. So his ending the relationship did not entitle him to that ring back, not in California. She could fucking keep it.
Yeah, that's why.
So my point is the fact that she even sent it back to him, you're already way ahead than where you were because she's not obligated to do that, number one. Number two, please, for fuck's sake, I don't know what you are or where you are, but if you were Jewish like me or Jennifer, we all know people in the jewelry business. You never go to a fucking jewelry store and buy retail. Okay? You don't go to fucking Robbins Brothers or whatever. For fuck's sake, there's always a guy that knows a guy that can get you a deal. Okay? We don't buy retail and you would have lost less. Okay? I don't know legal, like, I don't want to say legally, like, does he have a case? No, I'm pretty confident. Like, I don't think you have a case.
Yeah, no.
Okay? I think you would lose. Right, especially since you have possession of the fucking ring and all you'd actually be doing is trying to sue for some weird difference in what you paid. And by the way, shit depreciates on its own anyway, just like a car or anything else. Mm-hmm. So, no, you have no shot. You have no case. You're a pretty pathetic person, I got to say, and a little bit stupid, to be honest. Like, this is not striking me as like the fucking, Nobel Prize winning, diamond ring buyer. Okay, the guy's a moron. probably, and the fact that he ended it with her might have been a blessing in disguise for her.
Yeah.
Right? Imagine they're not broken up. He buys her a birthday gift and he's like, yo, I just noticed that the gift I bought you just went up in value. Can you sell it? I'll just get you something else. I mean, it's almost the same thing.
It is. No, yeah,
right? Or can you just give me the difference now? Like I paid $200, but now for $250. You just give me that $50.
Or imagine if it was like, oh, it went down, like it's on sale. Like I'm gonna need you to pay me.
Yeah, look. This is a fucked up person in so many ways, and again, it does not, under any circumstances, is he right? So the
more you think about it, the more bizarre it is.
Yeah,
it is. It's very. Yeah, it's not good.
And he seriously wants to sue her. Sue her for what?
Yep. There's always somebody that's going to do something like this, though, so it doesn't surprise me. All right. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my own Valentine's Day gift? I, 20 female, have been dating Brandon. This is a fake name. 20 male for about 9 months now. Overall, there are several things about him that bother me now that didn't bother me when we initially started dating. My main issues are 1, he refuses to get a job, and 2, he refuses to get a license. She's basically dating a bum. But recently, I was at his house and we were discussing Valentine's Day and what our plans were going to be. He asked if I could take him to the craft store so he could get some things to make my gift. I said no because I didn't want to see anything he was buying and I wanted it to be a surprise. He then asked me how he was supposed to pay for it if I wasn't there.
I love this fucking guy.
Immediately, I'm upset because firstly, he gets an allowance and he actually expected me to pay.
Are they fucking 12?
20. Secondly, he's absolutely horrible at making any type of craft, so I don't really know what he wants me to waste money on something that I know he's going to hate. I told him that I would not pay for my own gift and it's ridiculous that he would expect me to. He said he didn't understand what the big deal was when I've paid for other crafts we've done together. The other crafts we've done together were things that we did together, hence why I was fine with buying the supplies. He said he wanted to buy a new game coming out soon, so he wouldn't have any money after to buy my gift. I told him no, and that we just wouldn't do anything this year. He cried about it, and that just annoyed me, so I left and went home. Him, his sister, and his mom keep calling me and have left several voicemails about how upset he is. Personally, I'm just annoyed, and it's making me view him as a child. But his mom and his sister are saying I'm an asshole for hurting him like this. Edit. He lives with his sister, so his sister gives him an allowance. He dropped out of high school, and anytime I've mentioned him getting a GED, he just cries and says he's not smart enough. His only career goal is becoming a YouTuber/streamer. So am I the asshole here?
Well, why are you with this person in the first place?
Dating a bum.
Yeah, I mean, my teenager has more money than that. Like, I mean, even young kids have jobs, a lot of times. So that's fucking ridiculous. I don't understand why she was with him in the first place. I really don't.
I think they're both kind of stupid, to be honest.
Hard for being with him?
I mean, well, not just that, but the idea, like, I don't know, you're terrible making crafts, or you're like, come on. Let me just say, there's absolutely nothing wrong for a man or a woman if they are financially challenged to make their own homemade card. Yeah. Sometimes it actually means more. That's right. Yeah. Sometimes it actually means more.
Yeah.
Okay. But having said that, put all that aside. Oh, and one other thing too, by the way, this might have been a better career choice 10 years ago, like being a YouTuber or a streamer. I think it's pretty saturated today. But honestly, there are people, if you get like that, upper echelon of YouTube, you make really good money. That could be a real career.
Yeah, but we both know this guy isn't that.
You don't know. Hold on.
We don't.
Hold on. I don't know about the GED, and you don't have to be smart to play video games, and that's a huge market. People that stream on Twitch, live playing their Call of Duty or Halo or whatever the fucking games are. Like my son plays them, and they're on their headphones all day. People get paid a lot of money for that. Esports, there's like a whole league, right? I'm serious. Now, again, I'm not promoting the idea of like dropping out of school, never getting your GED, and just trying to make a living playing video games. And I gotta believe at some point when you get to like your 40s, you're really not gonna want to keep doing that.
You're not gonna have shit either.
Right, you'll be bored. And also, it's a kind of cringy to be like the 50-year-old that's better than all the other kids at video games. It's like,
and still playing with kids.
It's just all that's weird. But for today, for now, that's not. I would put it like this: it may not be plausible or likely to launch a big lucrative career, but it's not completely out of pocket. To say I want to do this for a living. A lot of people do. A lot of people try. It's almost like it's like acting.
This 20-year-old.
It's like being an actor.
to the craft store with
This
him.
time you missed the big
Pay
one.
to
No,
pay
I didn't miss that. I mean, I'm
this,
intentionally
like, little
ignoring.
Michael's purchase or whatever.
Okay, I'm intentionally ignoring
Who
that.
does that?
But okay, he does that because he's broke and he wants to pacify her by getting her, making her a gift.
That she bought.
It's not about that. It's okay. No, I'm reading between the lines, and that clearly the gift exchange is important to her. And he, I think, is reacting to that by saying, okay, well, you know, I'm dead broke. I don't have any money, but let's go to Michael's. And if you buy me the material, I'll make you something.
Okay, if he's not resourceful enough to be able to get them like $20 to buy her some stuff at the craft
Maybe
store.
he already spent his allowance.
No, he's saving it up for a video game. That's what he told her.
I know, but I'm just saying, I'm trying to, like,
No.
I think they're both
No.
fucked up. I'm being serious. And they're obviously both too immature to really be with each other. Okay. But again, yeah, look, he's definitely a loser.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's
honestly,
a bum.
I mean, honestly,
He's
a
a
bum,
bum.
loser, whatever. One step shy of being homeless.
Literally.
I get it. Right. But at the same time, people, I think, put so much emphasis on these presents and performing some kind of super romantic, movie worthy thing. And they lose sight of what's really important. And that is celebrating the relationship.
She
that these
told
two people
him
have.
that she was like, it's fine. We don't even have to do gifts. And that's when he started
Okay.
crying.
Because
She
women,
didn't even want anything.
because
They
women
didn't
never
even need anything.
fucking mean that. When the women are like, hey, babe, you don't have to get me a gift this year. Any man that falls for that, they're about to get broken up with 3 days later.
I thought you guys didn't do gifts.
We're adults.
Okay. See?
No,
Exactly.
we're adults, and we still do sometimes. They're just very little, and they're just little what we call tchotchkes.
Mhm.
Nothing super expensive or whatever. Okay, but when a woman says, "Oh, you know, a 20-something-year-old woman, oh, you don't have to get me a gift," and
No,
it's like,
guys
"Oh,
don't even have
cool,
to. It's
yeah,
fine."
good," because I wasn't going to get your ratchety ass anything anyway. No, okay, that's a setup. Men out there, okay, you need to be smarter than that. When a woman says, no, it's okay. You don't have to buy me anything. That your bullshit radar needs to go off right then and there. That means not only does she want a gift, she wants something better than she's ever gotten from you before. And then she's going to pretend like, oh, you didn't have to do all this. Oh, babe, this is so much more than I ever imagined. Okay, that's what's going to happen. You guys are laughing because you've probably had that.
You're clearly being haunted by the ghost of Valentine.
You've just no. I can tell by looking at you that you broads both have rehearsed that speech so many times.
No, I'm
oh
such
my
a
God,
person.
I can't believe you got this for me. You didn't have to do all that. I told you I didn't want anything, and then you got me this beautiful necklace. Oh, babe, this is so incredible. Oh my God, you're so special. That's what's gonna. That's what she wants to do.
He has
All right.
he has Valentine's trauma.
Serious problem. And for the record, I never ever did that, even when I was young. For real, I think all you need to do is something that's meaningful.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
just like a genuine gesture. It doesn't have to be monetary. It doesn't have to be an
Let
expensive.
me ask you a question.
Mhm.
Sorry, I was mid yawn. I had a long night. But let me ask you a question. If the circumstances were slightly different, and the guy said, "Babe, I am going to cook you dinner from scratch, and I'm going to make you a Valentine's dinner, but I'm broke, so I need you to buy the food."
No.
Why? That's amazing. See, that's what I mean.
Well, he needs to be resourceful enough to come up with, a
Oh
small
my God,
amount
here
of
we go.
money.
Girl power.
Make
I
her a
know.
spaghetti dinner or whatever.
And if you're gonna give a gift, you give the gift right. You don't half-ass it. So that's half-assing it. Having her buy it and I'll cook it. That's half-assing the gift.
Well, let me
That's
put it
not a
like
gift.
this. Let me put it like this. Okay. Chances are he's got the one gift for her. That's why she stayed around this long, even though he's broke and not working. You guys know what I'm talking about. And that's what's up.
Maybe she's just stupid. A lot of women are stupid, honestly.
You know, your words, not mine.
They are. Some of them are. They're stupid. But, all right. Next one. This one's a hoot. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Forced to have sex against my will by my girlfriend of 2 years. What should I do?
A guy is
Yes.
forced to have sex with his girlfriend of 2 years, and he's forced.
Yes. And he's asking what he should do. But
Okay.
I dated my girlfriend for 2 years, and she has been emotionally manipulated. She has been emotionally manipulating me by isolating me from my friends and family. She accuses me of cheating on her when I've never have, and looks through my cell phone all the time. I don't even text or call people often anymore in case she gets the wrong idea. If she sees me smile at my phone because I read something funny, she immediately snatches the phone to see what I'm looking at. I lost my place. I've been on some antidepressant. What happened?
No, that's okay. 'Cause we're going to run short of time, but I'm guessing, and I don't mean this as a stereotype, I'm guessing she's Latina.
I don't know. It doesn't say.
I'm guessing because
Doesn't say.
I know one of my very best friends is Latin and his wife is Latina, and that's the kind of shit she would do. He looks just fun and laughs at me. He's like, "What are you looking at, gordo?" And she just starts.
She's crazy though.
That's not true. We know some very, 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 very white people who do that, who you're very close to. Oop.
No, I'm going to reserve comment on that. No. I'm just saying that I just know that Latin women have that stereotype where they get super jealous over little
I don't
things.
check phones.
Yeah.
That's because you already cloned them.
No,
Right, because
I don't check phones.
No, I know. But that's because you're already hacked into all their social media from your desktop, and you don't need to look at their phone.
No, I'm
Right?
not.
You know what you do.
You found out I can research people really good. Now he just thinks I'm just crazy.
No, it's a skill.
He thinks I'm the FBI.
Listen, for a law firm, that's a great trait for an employee to have.
Okay.
We didn't even hear the story.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, all right.
So
Sorry.
he's on antidepressants for several months because he doesn't really have anyone to talk to. He wanted to break up with her many times, but she threatened suicide. As a suicidal person myself, I know how it feels, so I stay for her sake. My family lives across the country, so moving back would be really expensive and difficult. Since I'm taking meds, my sex drive has been shit. We have sex maybe once a week because I just can't get in the mood. A few nights ago, my girlfriend tried being...
Sorry, hold on. Is he complaining about once a week?
Yes. Oh, no. He's saying, we have once a week, but she's the one who wants more.
Well, no, I understand. He's complaining about that?
Yeah.
That's correct.
Okay.
A few nights ago, my girlfriend tried being romantic. I got hard, but I was too tired from work. I'm in accounting. So I apologized and told her maybe over the weekend. She was sad at first, but then she got angrier as she realized that she couldn't persuade me. She climbed on top of me naked and forcefully kissed me. I broke the kiss and tried to tell her nicely that I had special plans for her on Valentine's Day if only she would wait a few days. She scowled and slapped me. I'm used to that now. She's very physically abusive. And said that I was a shit boyfriend. She then started unbuttoning my pants. I tried to grab her wrist and told her firmly that I did not want to have sex with her. She glared at me, so I let her go. That's when she scratched my face, unbuttoned my pants completely. I was in shock because she had punched me many times, but she never had scratched me before. She punched me in the chest, which made me...
Sorry, that's the shocking part of this? That she went with the nails and not the fist?
Yep.
All right.
She lowered herself on me and started bouncing. I was about to push her off when she punched me in the chest, which made me gasp. I shoved her off after that. She cried and said I didn't love her anymore. It was the same old bullshit. This isn't a BDSM relationship. She's just abusive. Nothing really changed between us except that I'm starting to resent her more than ever. I have a lot of student debt, so my savings are too meager for me to move out somewhere else in San Fran. We have lived together for a year and split the expenses. Is there anything I can legally do about the rape?
I'm going to treat this seriously.
Okay.
In that, in California, no means no, regardless of the gender.
Yes.
And bodies react to stimulation sometimes involuntarily.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea that he was erect or was somewhat able to perform under those circumstances does not mean that he consented.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, I'm serious. I was making fun of this and I thought it was kind of funny, but then as he went on and on about this description, but it's not, look, we can make all sorts of jokes about him being a pussy and, man up. But honestly, I know people that will not physically strike a woman under any circumstances. They will just sit and they'll allow themselves to be hit. They just won't. The idea that she did not take no for an answer, that she continued to get after it, so to speak, is actually, it's unforgivable, to be honest. There's the idea that men cannot be raped by women is an antiquated and untrue idea. And again, our bodies react to stimulus without, often involuntarily, just like we breathe. There's things that happen when your body is stimulated. Doesn't mean that this is what you want. And if he has the mental acumen to continually say no, and she didn't respect that, then it's a tough question, but maybe he needs to report it. And look, San Francisco, is a much more liberal city.
Mm-hmm.
And he may actually get the time of day from the San Francisco PD or a district attorney if he wants to go that route. He has to understand that if he does file a police report, it may lead to an arrest, and that may ruin her life. And not saying she doesn't deserve it, because if it were a man that raped a woman, right, nobody would have sympathy. So why should they have sympathy for her?
Like, all his face
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like,
but don't you think? I mean, there's a huge stigma for a man to be beaten, raped by a woman. I mean, I would think as a man, it would be really hard to come forward.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. If he chooses now, I mean, if you're asking legally, does he have a case? Probably, right? Mm-hmm. Especially if she has been violent with him in the past.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't go so far as to rape him, but she actually was violent. Mm-hmm. He may have a documented history of some sort. And maybe he has text messages and emails to her like, look, why the fuck did you beat me or hit me? You know, where you can showcase. What would Eric do? I don't think I would go that far. But probably for the reasons Jennifer's saying, I might be too embarrassed or humiliated to make a police report, go to trial, testify. I would probably just break up with her.
Yeah.
And if she stalked me or became like that.
Said that's why he hasn't left her, because she kept saying, I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, you know what? People say that.
Do it, bitch.
Right. I'm sorry, but yeah, people say that kind of stuff to manipulate. You know what? I hope you don't. Here's the number to suicide hotline.
Oh, I'd do it, bitch.
I'll catch you on the other side.
Go.
Yeah. No, I'm saying I'll catch you on the other side. Right. Good luck.
But him not being able to find another place in San Francisco, that's real. I mean, that is one of the most competitive housing markets in the country.
I know it sucks. All right, Eric, do you want to end it here? Or do you want to do one more?
One more and then that's it.
Okay. So last one. Am I the asshole? Valentine's Day mishap. I send my regularly buy my wife flowers from Costco because they are nice. They last a while and are reasonably priced. I almost always get 2 dozen red roses for no other reason than to just make her happy because she likes flowers. I occasionally get a thank you if I'm lucky. So a few weeks ago, I'm at Costco and I grabbed 2 dozen roses because she had a bad day at work. I get home and she reminds me that she's leaving the next day for a work trip. I didn't even get a thank you. She didn't even look at the flowers. She gets back from the trip and later that day, I get a call that my dad is unexpectedly moving to the ICU. The next day, I hop in the car and drive 3 states away to go see my parents. When I get there, I realize that this is probably the end for him. My dad and I always liked ice cream, so while he was still lucid, I run down the street to our favorite place to grab a few scoops to cheer him up. I see some Valentine's Day chocolate and I grab some for my wife, not really thinking that I'd be back for V-Day or even in the mood, but I get it anyways. My dad passes away a few days later, and the next day, I have to drive back 3 states to pick up my kids and bring them back. Wife has a work trip she can't get out of, so she meets us a few days later for the funeral. While I was picking up the kids, I leave the chocolate on my desk. I forgot to put it on her nightstand, not really thinking about V-Day. Well, V-Day rolls around just a few days after my dad passes away, and the first thing I do is text her, Happy Valentine's Day, sorry I'm not there, yada yada. The response, stuck in traffic, not feeling the love. Okay. She's in the car, no big deal. Didn't hear from her again until she calls on the way home from work. Had a short, normal conversation that didn't really discuss much or even V-Day. She gets the kids to bed and texts me that she's drinking alone on V-Day. This turns into a huge fight about how I didn't even send her flowers or order her dinner for the night. She didn't tell me when she'd be back home from the kids' activities or if she had any other plans that night. I'm 3 states away. How the fuck am I supposed to know when to order her dinner? I told her I bought the chocolates while my dad was in the ICU and I left them on my desk. She then sends me a picture of it in the garbage. So in the end, my wife is pissed at me for not buying flowers or ordering her dinner while I'm 3 states away a few days after my dad's funeral. I told her we could do something when I'm back in town in a few days. Am I the asshole for not ordering something for Valentine's Day? Am I being insensitive? I can't believe I'm actually asking this, but I think she really might be done with me.
Oh my God, this woman is such a bitch. He just lost his dad.
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, she's like complaining about a gift and he just lost his father.
Yeah. Making him feel like he's the insensitive one. That was the most insane thing I have read.
And the fact that he was cognizant enough to just buy the chocolate while he's going through this moment,
thinking of her,
trying to, during the brief window of his father's lucidity, and went to get him ice cream cheer up. He stopped and had the presence of mind to say, I should pick up some chocolate for my wife. I don't know. It seems like there's been a bit of a theme in these posts where there seems to be this sort of unrealistic expectation placed on people. In some cases, it may have been warranted, like the guy that doesn't work or whatever, maybe a little bit. Something like this. I mean, at some point, honestly, you have to understand that life happens, right? And that goes for everything, right? Not everything goes the way we want it to go every time we want it to go that, a certain way. The fact that he was going through this personal crisis with his father. Clearly, they were close enough to where he was there. Wanted to bring him little treats to try to cheer him up. Make those last moments of his life at least somewhat enjoyable. The guy should get a fucking medal.
Yep.
I don't know what is wrong with this skanky bitch that he married. What kind of, and she throws the fucking chocolate and sends him a picture. That is so manipulative. What's it called? Gaslighting?
Yeah.
Is that the right term? Am I saying that right? Or whatever. Ghostlight. I don't know. Whatever. It's bullshit. Okay. I know they have kids. Clearly a divorce may not be that easy. It sounds like at the end, he's almost dreading the idea, like she may be done with me. No, pal, you need to be done with her. I'm sorry. That's so beyond the realm of normal.
You know what really I kind of hated was the fact that she couldn't take the day off or like miss her work trip to take care of the kids, that he had to drive 3 states over back after his dad died, drove 3 states to pick up his fucking kids because she had a work trip and had to drive them all the way back. That's fucking ridiculous.
That's true. I didn't even, you know what? I didn't think about that.
Worst part of it.
It's all bad.
Yeah.
I mean, that's awful. You know what? Also, when you're in a state of grief, you're not thinking straight. To drive 3 states, a couple of days back and forth, that's above and beyond. And maybe she couldn't get out of the work trip. We don't know the circumstances. We don't know what kind of job she does. We don't know if she's plays a vital role in all this. Maybe other arrangements could have been made. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't have a lot of money. Maybe they couldn't fly the kids by themselves. I mean, whatever it is, but the fact that he did that so that his children could be at their grandfather's funeral, this is so fucked up in so many ways. Honestly, what is it with women? Like, why are you? What the fuck? Why are you? I'm just saying, like,
we're not all the same.
No, I understand. Like
90%
of these stories are unreasonable women that expect too much from what are clearly loving, doting, hardworking men.
That bum doesn't count.
Even he counts a little bit because he's like, if you buy the supplies, I'll make you something cute. So
no,
but I feel sorry for this guy. Like, look, you're clearly a very nice person. You get your wife flowers, like this.
That she doesn't even thank him for. He was like, if I'm lucky, I get a thank you sometimes.
You're not. Find someone who appreciates you because you're clearly a nice guy, and woman out there is going to appreciate you.
Fuck that bitch. What? It is true. Fuck that bitch. Leave her.
Did Jennifer tell you the because my best friend's birthday is coming up, and we're going out to dinner Friday night with them. Got him the best shirt.
Please don't tell me it says "fuck that bitch."
No, it says, this is the best too. It says, "My other ride is your mom."
Oh my god,
that's so good.
He'll like it too.
I know.
Yeah.
I've had my share of funny T-shirts, but
Eric loves his T-shirts in his cities.
This is one I should have gotten for myself too, but I didn't. Anyway, by the way, just as a side note, before we wrap up, I just want the audience to know I'm not mentioning that fucking cookie place now. Fuck them.
No, fuck them. Fuck that bitch too.
Yeah, that's right. No, I may still order, but I'm not giving them shout outs. That's it.
All right. Well, I hope you all have a good Valentine's Day, and I hope you all enjoyed this. For anyone who doesn't have a Valentine, at least you're not as bad as these people in these situations. So
I was going to say, compared to these people, you know what? Get a fucking bottle of lotion and a box of Kleenex, right?
Get something you want.
I was going to say it's certainly cheaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably only takes a few minutes.
Exactly.
And then just go on with your day.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. Remember
tell them where they can find us.
Remember to follow our song, whatever you're streaming it on, and give us a follow on all social medias. We have 6 5-star ratings though.
Wow.
You can find us on Instagram at The Bensama Confirm, Twitter and TikTok at Bensama Confirm. Website is eblawfirm.us, and you can email us at info@eblawfirm.us. Bye, guys.
Find love where you can.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right, bye. We out.